we begin where the film left off, with Michael being last seen in the raging inferno that was once the house of Laurie Strode. As Laurie, Karen, and Allison jump into the bed of a pickup truck and ride to safety, a figure can be seen staggering into the woods with a very familiar breathing sound. Michael had escaped the prison the Strodes intended for him to burn alive in, but still greatly injured. Michael, struggling to not succumb to his injuries, passes out, only to wake up in a dark, decayed room, bound by his wrists and ankles to metal rods attached to a rusted bed frame. Feeling a coldness on his face, Michael realizes his mask has also been removed. Testing his bonds, Michael twists and turns, freeing himself with his immense strength, limb by limb. Once free, Michael moves toward the only door in the windowless room, slowly exiting while staying as quiet as he has ever been known to being. Stepping into a hallway, matching the horrid conditions of the room he just left, Michael sees another door. It's shut, but in the darkness, a fluctuating light can be seen underneath. Michael moves closer and opens the door, only to be met with a strange sound and awkward moaning coming from a figure in a chair sitting in front of a computer monitor. Michael notices the figure wearing his mask and heavily breathing as the figure brutally abuses the keys on his keyboard, typing misspelled obscenities in a chat for a JG Darhk live stream. Michael slowly stalks, and suddenly a loud, almost euphoric sound comes from the figure as he pulls the mask off and tosses it back, landing at Michael's feet. He reaches down and picks it up, examining it and noticing the hole in the jaw has been amateurly stitched with a discarded piece of red rubber. Michael puts the mask on, once again becoming the shape. As Michael's eyes focus after aligning with the eye hole of the mask, he's met with the figure staring at him with a Cheshire cat-like smile. Michael jumps back, but the figure moves almost too quick for him to see. Once again, face to face with the shape, this time with a hand on Michael's mask.
I made that,
the figure says. Michael looks at the hand and grabs at it, only to miss and the figure to suddenly appear back in its chair, now facing Michael.
I'm Chillen, the boogeyman, and I'm your biggest fan.
Michael, confused but annoyed, steps forward, only to be met with Chillen forcing his hand into his pants. Michael freezes, expecting to see a weapon, but is met with something far worse. Chillen has exposed himself and began masturbating to the rhythm of Michael's breathing under the mask. Michael tilts his head and pulls the mask off in disgust, turning around and trying to leave. But as soon as he turns, Chillen appears in the doorway, still touching himself. Michael is shocked yet still disgusted, but pushes Chillen out of the way, stepping back into the hallway and searching for the front door. As Michael finds it, Chillen screams,
No, let me touch you,
as he runs after the shape. Michael notices that Chillen no longer has the same speed he just previously exhibited, and grabs Chillen by the throat, lifting him off of the ground. Suddenly, Chillen's pants drop to his ankles, and he begins to masturbate again. Michael, out of sheer shock, drops Chillen, and after over 50 years speaks his first words.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Chillen, now the one that's shocked, asks.
What?
Michael throws his mask at Chillen and says,
I'm done. I just can't.
Michael, shaking his head, steps outside, only to turn back around to a now sobbing Chillen.
And another thing, you didn't make that mask.
Chillen's teary eyes widen and replies,
I did! I made it 2 years ago and I sold it!
Michael is perplexed by the sheer stupidity of this statement, takes his hand with the missing fingers that Lori shot off, and flips Chillen off. While approaching a seemingly run-down vehicle, Michael, fiddling with the wires that are exposed, gets the car started and drives off, with his intentions being to head back to Smith's Grove and get the hell away from this horrid person. As Michael drives, he notices something in the back seat and adjusts his rearview mirror, only to see Chillen sitting there, now typing on a cell phone to the same live stream chat as earlier. Michael screams and almost swerves off of the road.
What the hell are you doing here?
Michael yells.
They said you're not better than Jason. I told them you are evil and immortal. But they just keep disrespecting me.
Chillen replies. Michael stops the car and forces Chillen out as he continues to write, saying,
If they keep disrespecting me, I'm gonna slap them.
Michael grunts and throws Chillen onto the pavement and gets back into the car, only to be met with Chillen somehow appearing in the passenger seat. Michael is startled by this and wonders how is he doing it, but realizes the angrier he gets while chatting online, the faster he becomes. So fast, in fact, Michael barely saw that Chillen is still touching himself while typing. Michael grips the steering wheel, contemplating on if he should end it now by running the car into a building in hopes of dying but taking Chillen with him. He ultimately decides to do so, peeling off and looking for the perfect building to run into while building speed. Chillen, still touching himself, enjoys the ride, and suddenly, Michael crashes. Police are on the scene and pull Michael's body out of the wreckage, only for him to wake up strapped to a gurney and multiple guns aimed at him.
Is he gone? Did I kill him?
Michael asks. The cops are shocked to hear Michael speak, but are confused as to who he could be talking about. Who? Who did you kill? A cop says.
The boogeyman, Michael replies.
The cops look around to each other, and the same cop replies back. And the car? No, you were the only one in there. Michael, terrified, begs to be taken back to Smith's Grove. The cops comply, but grow worried about what kind of monster can scare Michael Myers and shock his system enough to make him speak. Michael is taken back to Smith's Grove Sanitarium, where little by little he becomes his old self, only to sink back into a terrified state whenever he hears the terrifying sounds of either a keyboard typing or skin smacking, believing that sooner or later, Chillen, the boogeyman, will return, and this time there will be no escape. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Chillen is seen walking through the woods, only to come past a rundown sign reading "Welcome to Camp Crystal Lake," as a figure holding a machete stalks from behind, getting closer and closer until Chillen turns and screams,
Michael is better!